Welcome to Storytime. Ventus follows a large Unverse onto the Galactic Federation ship. Inside, Captain Gantu has Experiment 626 locked up, but when an alarm sounds, he has to bail. 626 manages to bust open the restraints and escapes. Gantu finds Ventus, naturally assuming he's the intruder that sounded the alert, though he's soon clued in that it's elsewhere on the ship. Ventus feels guilty for not getting the Unversed earlier, so he decides to track it down. On the way, he meets 626, who sees that he's a human with a ridiculous outfit and can tell that he must be the third of Terra and Aqua's friends. 626 tries to follow Ventus when he runs off, but Ven orders him to stay behind so he'll be safe. Once he's gone, Gantu finds him, shattering the Wayfinder with his beam gun and letting him know he's not going to get away again, although obviously he does. 626 goes ballistic with the Wayfinder gone, looking for someone to take it out on. He finds Ventus and helps him destroy the Unversed. Even after the fight's over, he's still losing it, nearly injuring Ventus before he comes to his senses. He shows Ven the broken Wayfinder, and Ventus assures him that friendship is more than just a symbol. Gantu tries to crash the friendship party, so Ventus and 626 beat it, stealing a rad space cruiser and jetting off. Now, if we're gonna get technical, they probably just broke like a dozen space laws, but it's not coming back up again, so we're gonna let it go. They fly away from the ship and are chased by the Galactic Federation police, but as it turns out, 626 isn't such a fantastic pilot. He accidentally activates a hyperdrive and his ship flies off, setting off a shockwave that throws Ventus off course. Ventus ends up crash landing on a world called Neverland. As it happens, Mickey's Starshard has brought him here too, which the people on the island see as a shooting star. Unfortunately, he's caught by Vanitas, and forced to go through a dark portal with him. And they're not the only ones who are in Neverland. Terra has arrived as well, and finds the pirates Captain Hook and Smee being assailed by Unverse. He helps them out, though Hook isn't terribly appreciative. Hook tries to keep Terra from getting his treasure, but then figures out he can use the boy instead, because, well, look, we've been through this like 4 times now. Evil people love to use and abuse Terra. I'm kind of out of jokes about it. I can't even give him a hard time anymore. This is just how it goes. But anyway, Hook mentions something about the light, which obviously piques Terra's interest. Hook lies, claiming that his treasure is the light and that someone's trying to steal it. His name? Peter Pan. Terra agrees to bring the chest to Skull Rock. Ventus is awoken by a fairy named Tinkerbell and the Lost Boys. They're going off to find the shooting star, so Ventus follows them to the camp. They hear a crowing and Peter Pan, the Lost Boys' leader, flies in and introduces himself. He's got a lead on some pirate treasure, and rallies the Lost Boys to go steal it from Captain Hook. Tinkerbell wants to find the star and flies off, and since Ven wants to see it too, he follows her. Back at Skull Rock, Smee tells Hook about the shooting star and they go off to find it. Terra's alone until Peter Pan shows up with the boys who steal the chest. When they trip and open it up, he sees that it's not lead at all but dumb old gold and riches. Terra reacts to having been tricked with Stone Cold's silence. Even he's not surprised anymore. Terra tells Peter that the pirates are after the star, so he flies off since he knows Tinkerbell and Ventus are looking for it too. The two of them have made it to the camp, where they find Mickey's Starshard. Unluckily for them, Captain Hook is tracked down as well, and takes both the fairy and the Starshard and runs off, telling Ventus that Peter Pan needs to meet him at Mermaid Lagoon if he wants his pixie back. Ven tries to give chase but finds Peter instead, so the two of them head to the lagoon for the showdown. As for Terra, he's leaving Skull Rock when he hears the boys being attacked, and saves them from a swarm of Unversed. Hook returns with Tinkerbell, but Terra releases her now that he knows that Hook is a fraud. Hook's about to fight back when he hears a ticking coming from a nearby crocodile, and flees in fear. Terra tells the Lost Boys to put whatever's precious to them in the chest since they don't have any use for money, and he moves on. Peter Pan and Ventus get to Mermaid Lagoon, where they find themselves under fire from the cannons on Hook's ship. Tinkerbell finds him and leads him to Hook, sprinkling pixie dust on Ven which makes him fly. Ventus finds Captain Hook, engaging him in a good old-fashioned swashbuckle. Ventus knocks him into the water where the crocodile chases him away. The Lost Boys arrive carrying the empty chest. They decide to do what Terra suggested and fill it with items that mean a lot to them. The Lost Boys put in some of their wooden weapons because apparently they just love violence. Ventus puts in his own wooden keyblade, ending the mystery of where it was being kept. Ventus claims he doesn't need the keepsake anymore, as long as he knows that Aqua and Terra are behind him. Tinkerbell has retrieved the Starshard, and Ventus asks for it so he can return it to Mickey. She reluctantly agrees, but when Ventus takes it, the Starshard glows and sends him off. Soon after, Aqua arrives in Neverland, finding a treasure map and meeting Peter Pan and the Lost Boys. Tinkerbell's not excited to have another girl around, and Aqua wants to go find her friends, but Peter says that according to the rules, if the person who found the map doesn't go on the treasure hunt, it has to be cancelled. She agrees to accompany them, journeying to Mermaid Lagoon. Captain Hook apparently can't take a hint, so he's there to meet them, and he wants his treasure back. He unleashes the cannons again, so Tinkerbell uses her pixie dust to fly them up a cliff. According to the map, they should be at the treasure, but apparently they've actually just gone in a giant circle, which means that Aqua's really bad at reading maps. On the plus side, this may actually explain why it took her like 3 episodes to reach her first world. In any case, Peter doesn't mind that they went in a giant circle, stating that the journey was what was important. Hook and Smee arrive and grab the chest, which of course now has wood instead of gold in it, so they don't really care anymore. Aqua recognizes Ventus' wooden keyblade, and senses that Vanitas has been in this world too. She runs back to the camp, where sure enough, Vanitas is waiting for her. He also has the wooden keyblade, which he snaps just to be mean. He's decided that he no longer needs to keep Aqua around as his spare keyblade partner, and engages her in battle. Aqua manages to pull out a victory, Vanitas seemingly defeated for good, though she really should have checked. The fight's taken its toll on her, however, and she passes out. Peter Pan wakes her, lamenting that Ventus's treasure is broken. Aqua decides that she doesn't need it anymore, and that their bond will be enough. Telling Peter that she'd like to come back with the others someday, Aqua leaves Neverland. Elsewhere, Ventus finally gets deposited by the Star Shard, in a world he's never been to before, the mysterious tower, home of Yen Sid.